Have you ever had someone share something with you like, I'm ready to leave my marriage, or I am done with this relationship? And immediately you have a visceral response, like tingles, goosebumps, a wave of softening, relaxation goes through your body. Maybe you feel a little light, joy, tears. So that is somatic resonance. That is your body saying, yes, alignment, truth. And our bodies have this amazing ability to know and sense truth way faster than this mind does. Our mind will be like, wait, but don't end your relationship. And are you sure? Like, what about the mortgage and the kids and the, but the body just knows, yeah, it's time for you to end your marriage. And so this is, and it's like literally one of the most important tools we can cultivate in this life. Like, I am so passionate about this. Some people call this truth chills. Some people call this body intuition. But this tool, what I'm calling somatic resonance, is so important. So I'll first define it, and then we'll go into why it's important. There's obvious reasons. And then we'll give you some tools and how to best actually cultivate it. Somatic resonance. Somatic is body. Resonance is harmony, alignment. So that is somatic resonance. Our body senses when something is aligned, where there's harmony, where there's truth. And in neurocardiology, they call this actually coherence. It's actually a state where our body, our mind, and our heart sync up because there's alignment, because there's truth. It is so powerful. And why this really matters for a bazillion reasons, but one of the main ones is that in this lifetime, we are taught that this mind is everything. This is the king of the palace, and this mind is the one that's going to figure everything out and find truth and all of that. And I agree with it. The mind is amazing and brilliant, but we are missing this whole thing, kind of like from actually the neck down, this whole thing, which is our body, which is an incredibly wise tuning fork. So we tend to just go on autopilot to the mind to figure things out. And the mind is comprised of a whole bunch of different parts and voices and trauma and all of it. And sometimes the mind is really wrong. The other reason this is important is because it's very easy for a lot of us to outsource our knowing to other people. And we will use therapists and coaches, and I am a coach, like, trust me, I experience this. And people will come to me and be like, tell me what to do, figure this out for me. And I will always try to point people back to themselves. I can only share so much, but you, on the deepest level, know. You know. And your body knows, and we want to cultivate that knowing because that supports you in having so much more confidence in who you are, in trusting yourself, and getting out of dynamics with people and practitioners where you're just outsourcing your authority and your knowing to them. So that's why it's important. And now, how do we cultivate this tool? Because for some of us, paying attention to what's from here down is really new. For other people, this is much more familiar, but how do we start to grow this somatic awareness so we can really pay attention to those truth chills, that body intuition, and that somatic resonance? One really simple tool that you can try with me right now is just try saying your name and notice what happens in your body. So you're just gonna say something true and simple. I'll say, my name is Juna. My name is Juna. I feel a little tingly in my throat. I feel a little neutral, but also a little relaxed. I feel like a softening, a tingly, like a subtle tingly down my spine. And so go ahead and say that for yourself. Just say your name and then drop your awareness inside and notice what's happening inside. Remember to breathe. And now try saying something that's not true. Like say, my name is Fred. I felt a little tight in my jaw, a little bit of a contraction in my spine. And so now say a different name and notice what happens from the neck down. Now we can try it with something a little bigger, a little deeper. I'm going to share a statement that is so completely true. And again, I'll just notice what's here. I really love my dog, Nala. And I'm just noticing tingles in my jaw, a little fluttery in my chest. So all of that is resonance. It's yes. And go ahead and do that for yourself. Choose a statement that is also so fully, completely true, and notice how your body responds. And now we'll try it with a statement that's not true. I want to move to Antarctica and live in cold weather. Yeah, so my jaw got tight, there was a contraction in my chest, a little tightness in my belly. And so go ahead and do the same thing for yourself. Say a statement that is so completely not true, and then notice how your body responds. So this is a muscle. You got to practice it. And this muscle can come up in many situations when you are talking to a friend or a family member and they're sharing something and you're paying attention to what's happening in your body when they speak. It can happen with clients if you work one-on-one with people. This can also happen when you're reading something and you read a line that just pops. It stands out because your body is having a whole response. It can happen when listening to music. It can happen when you say or do something that is a full F yes for you. And you will have this full response. And the key thing is, notice it. Notice it. This is your body communicating with you. Number 2, take action on it. What is my body saying? How can I actually step forward with this? This is huge work. Thank you so much for being here today. I love doing all of this with you.